Shalom uvracha, everyone.
Shalom, shalom.
Trying working.
But shalom, Rabbi.
Manishma, Ellen, how's Israel?
It's great being home.
Okay, beautiful. You should feel it. You should feel at home. Israel is our home.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So, welcome to Chai Tzfat, the weekly treat, as I call it. It's a real treat to be with you again.
Yeah.
Can, God willing, start preparing for Shabbos. Earlier, I would prefer, and perhaps we should think about moving the shiur for Sunday so we can get ready for Shabbos from Sunday already. But I don't think it's going to work. Just as we kind of last minute people. Thursday is good enough. Halavai to be prepared for Shabbos. The place where Shabbos was given at the beginning was even before the Mount Sinai, before the Kabbalah Torah on Mount Sinai. Shabbos was given to us in a place called Mara. In between leaving Egypt and receiving the Torah on Mount Sinai, Shabbos was given us as a kind of a general thing, not with a precise laws, but the idea was given over there. And Shabbos was given in a place called Mara. Mara in Hebrew literally means bitterness, the taste of bitterness. And there's a pasuk, and Reb Nachman brings that, Hine leshalom mar li mar. If you're there, behold, if you're there for shalom, for peace, mar li mar, bitter for me, bitter. Prepare to go through some bitterness. So, and the way to acquire shalom is through some bitterness. We kind of have to pay to get something valuable. Valuable things don't come just like that. We are paying price. And the greater the thing is, the greater the price is. So the lesson here is that just as as it is by Shabbos, that in order to get Shabbos shalom, the shalom of Shabbos is we have to go through some bitterness. Same thing that happens to us in our day-to-day life. We have to remember, if we're going through hard times, bitter times, things doesn't go right, the negative thoughts would start coming by. I don't like this person, I don't like that person, her face doesn't seem to me, his whatever, his nose is not, I don't like it. When you get these feelings, you have to know somebody is coming to you, an unwelcome guest is trying to invade your holy chambers of your brain. Every negative thought that would come by, you have to push it away. Not in my school. I have to be very, very loving, very positive, always good, looking good with a good eye on every Jewish person. Rabbi Shlomo would say, have to be with a good eye to every human being. Because remember, looking negative at people will project looking negative at myself. So we don't want to get there. So again, difficulties, harshness, are a sign of something great coming to me. So that's one thing we have to remember. Shabbos was given in the bitterness, in the bitterness. As I was just coming back now from Miron by Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, and because it's the summertime, schools are not back yet, cheder and yeshivas are not back to full functioning. Everybody's out vacationing. So Miron is packed and full of holy Jews coming to pray in Mount Meron to have Yeshuas for everything they need, everything they're looking for. And when I was there, I always say to Hashem, I'm not here alone. Hashem, there's a whole gang behind me, a whole chevre behind me, with me. Some of you I do remember by heart, but I say to Hashem, give the bracha to all those people that I know, that I'm dealing with, that I'm working with, those who are donating, those who are learning together, those who are in contact, and I try to push you in, squeeze you in, wherever I am. So as going back from Miron, I was driving with my wife, and we both remembered together several things about Shabbos that I want to share with you. Even though the scenario is not the best scenario, but I want to take you back a little bit, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, to Simchas Torah, or what the world is calling October 7th, the pogrom of Simchas Torah, who we all remember, and actually that minute in time, that day in time, changed the whole world from tragedy to hope, because that was the trigger, that was the point where things started to twist, to roll, to switch. The whole thing from that moment, Simchas Torah, October 7th, started the war, the non-stop missiles, which eventually brought to the smashing and the kaput, as one of my friends would say, kaput for the Hamas. And then Hashem was very, very helpful, as we could see Hashem eye on eye in eye with his salvations and Yeshuas, and the northern battle was also starting again against the Hezbollah, and there was a great success. Thank you, Hashem, for that as well. Following with the Iranian threatening, which is no longer as it used to be, continuing to scenarios we would never expect and dream about. So again, the bitterness, the cry, the loss that we all faced, we all felt back in that Simchas Torah, brought Yeshua to the Middle East for sure, and to the whole world, and things are turning better and will turn more better. By that terrible massacre, there was a story about a person who started to keep Shabbos. He was a part of all the party and the groups and the chevre, but he was making his way towards being Shomer Shabbos Jew. and he was there he was preparing. He had a caravan. He had like a RV, as people call it. I just got acquainted to this expression RV not a while ago. Thank you, my friend. And he had a special RV who he kept like a hot plate and a hot water and all the Shabbos equipment. And he would travel with this RV and keep Shabbos everywhere he goes. So he was planning, and he was already there parking on Friday before the Shabbos, then before the Yom Tov. And his father called him up, says, "My son, come spend Shabbos with us at home. I feel very strongly that I want you close to me." He says, "Abba, don't worry, I'm going to keep Shabbos," because he was like fading away on the derech, off the derech, on the derech. He says, "Abba, I'm going to keep Shabbos for sure, don't worry." He says, "Please, after all, my son, with that, I have a strong feeling you should come to me for Shabbos." So he did so, and he came back to Shabbos, spend the Yom Tov with his father and family. But he said, "I'm leaving you, guys, I'm leaving you the RV over here, but please respect my Shabbos RV. Whoever want to come into my RV and keep Shabbos and eat Shabbos, prepare the Shabbos meals, make Kiddush, you're all welcome. I'm leaving it in your hands. Please use it, but respect the Shabbat." And he left. And the miracle that happened over there was that all those who were inside that caravan, that RV, everyone, each one of them was saved to life. The RV, the Shabbos RV protected them. They were in Shabbos, Shabbos protected. Shabbos is a protection. The Zohar HaKadosh brings down that by Adam Arishon, Adam and Eve, when they made that sin that we all suffer until this day, he should have been kishta, how do you say, pushed away from Gan Eden right away after the sin. But then came Shabbos, and Shabbos, agin aloihi, says the Zohar. Shabbos was protecting him from not being evacuated from the Gan Eden, from paradise, and he stayed in Gan Eden the whole Shabbat. Because Shabbos came in, protection came in. He stayed there and he was not pushed out. Shabbos is a protection. Another story from that incident. There was a family who lived in that one of the kibbutzim that was like nobody was Shomer Shabbos over there, but they started their journey towards being observing, being Shomer Shabbos, and they, but since they couldn't stay in the kibbutz for Shabbat, every Shabbat they would move out of their home, going to some other location where they kept Shabbos, and Motzei Shabbos, they all came back to their kibbutz. You have to know that all the Arabs who were working for the Jews all these years, eating from our food, for our parnasa, our welfare, serving as builders, as workers, as servants, as not servants, sorry, as waiters in simchas. Arabs, they were all around the country, everywhere you could find them. They would work some physical works that were offered for them, but they were making a living, and a nice living, and brought some food home. You know, today in Israel, no Arabs anymore. You can't see them. You see them here and there, but they're not working with us anymore. Indians are coming by from India, South Africa. Many foreign workers would come now. Chinese yeah, Chinese are the Chinese today are the best. How do you say, tile workers? They know how to do tile. better than everyone. There are loads of them, workers, Chinese workers, hundreds, thousands, with the bicycle riding in Israel in the morning, in the evening, with their helmets. It's like you see that, the electric bicycles are very common by them. It's a scenery to see them. So all these Arabs who were working for the Jews in the kibbutz, they were targeting and they're reporting. They're writing a report of every house in the kibbutz, of every family. What is the schedule in the morning? What time the kids leave at home to school? What time the parents leave to work? What time the kids come back? What time the parents come back? What they're doing in the evening, in the afternoon, and they're all reported. They reported all this. So when they did the massacre, they have reports. They came with full reports of every house, every family, what is happening in that home, so they can know exactly what's going on. So that house of those people who started to keep Shabbos in the kibbutz was reported that every Shabbos and every Yom Tov, this house is empty. Because the house, as I said before, the siblings of the house were moving out of their house every Friday, every Erev Yom Tov, to spend Shabbos somewhere else. So when the Rishonim, when the Chayes, when Simchas Torah, they just skipped over that house because this house was always empty every Shabbos. So it was written in the reports, don't get into this house. There's nobody to kill in this house. So just, and that Shabbos, that Simchas Torah, what happened, this family, from some reason, did not leave the kibbutz. They stayed in the kibbutz for the Yom Tov, and the house was locked, and they were inside the whole massacre, and the beasts didn't even bother to come into their home, and they were all inside because this house was reported as a house. Nobody's there every Shabbos. So again, Shabbos protecting so beautifully all those people who kept Shabbos. Not talking about the settlements, the moshavim, the kibbutzim in the area that did keep Shabbat. It was one or two that keeping Shabbos. The gates were locked. The electric gate. There's massive, huge gates. There's nobody can come in those gates or break it. It's a very massive gate. And the Arabs, the massacres, were not even bothering to get into those breaking the house or the fence or breaking the gates because it was useless for them. So again, they didn't bother to say we have enough open kibbutzim and open places to go. We're going to go there. So again, we see that Shabbos Kodesh is a great protection. We have to go now, but I would recommend that we should use the opportunity to be protected every Shabbos, again and again and again. But you have to put attention to it. And I want to suggest to all of us some kind of an avoda, some kind of a work to do during Shabbos. And what I mean to say is that we should work as tight, as strong as we can about our thoughts during Shabbos. Guard your thoughts. Don't let any negative thought, or even like something close to a negative thought, come and bother and invade your holy chambers of your brain. Our brain is the dwelling place of our holy neshama. The neshama dwells in the brain, the sechel, in the moach. The nefesh dwells in the heart. But the neshama And when we welcome the extra double portion of neshama every Shabbos, the brain is where she dwells. The brain is the place of our thoughts. So how could we welcome the Queen in to our home, to our brain, to our holy chamber of thoughts, and have that place unclean with thoughts which are not appropriate? How could we do that? Why should we do that? The Queen is in my house, in my chamber, and I'm gonna bring dirt into my house, into my chamber. I should respect the guest, right? We respect the guests. Now we have a guest, an extra neshama, is camping with me for 25 hours. From the minute I accept Shabbos till the minute I let Shabbos go, this extra neshama is with me. I should treat it respectfully. Shabbos, everyone.